It's the ultimate travel guide from the people who know it best. Weekends with Yankee. Our test kitchen segment today brings us back to Maine, where Amy is cooking up a delicious graham cracker pie using a recipe adapted from Lost Kitchen's chef and owner, Erin French.
So as you saw from our visit to Lost Kitchen, it is really difficult to get a reservation there. But luckily, Erin French has her Lost Kitchen cookbook, so you can make some of her signature dishes at home. So I've chosen a dish that is not only delicious, but has a kind of a nice story behind it. It's a graham cracker pie, and this is Erin's adaptation of a dish that they served at her family's diner in Freedom, Maine, which is where she grew up. So we're gonna start by making a very simple graham cracker crust. The ingredients are 11 graham crackers. We're just gonna kind of break them up in here, and a little bit of butter. That's actually 1 stick, and a 1/4 cup of sugar. So we're gonna pulse this all together until it forms something like a cohesive crust. Okay, so it's looking perfect. It's ready to go in the pan. So I'm gonna take it off, and I have a 9-inch removable bottom tart pan. So it just pops out like that. They're very easy to find in any cooking store. So I wanted to cover the bottom and also go up the sides. So this is gonna go into a 350-degree oven and bake until it's kind of set but not yet really brown. So that's just about 10 minutes. So what I love about this filling is A, it's a really easy, basically just a vanilla pudding. That's all you're making. Second of all, it's really richly flavored with vanilla with 2 sources. So I'm gonna show you how to work with a vanilla bean. And you're just gonna run a sharp knife down the center like this. Not all the way through, just halfway through. And then you open it up and you see all these gorgeous little black seeds. Now you just take a spoon, and you can use the spoon to kind of fully open it. You scrape the spoon down the center, and these are like the caviar of the pastry world. Look at these gorgeous little seeds. And now we're gonna go on with the rest of the filling. So we've got 3 cups of milk. This is whole milk. I'm gonna put it in a saucepan, and I'm gonna set it over medium heat. Now I'm gonna add 2/3 of a cup of sugar, a 1/4 cup cornstarch. This is the thickening agent that you use in most homemade puddings. And I'm gonna add my various forms of vanilla. So I've got my seeds, I've got my bean, which will sit in there while it cooks, take it out later, and I've got 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes, and look how nice and thick this pudding is looking, with all those gorgeous vanilla beans now well distributed all throughout the matrix of the pudding. So now we're gonna add some egg yolk. And the way we're gonna do that is slowly. It's a technique called tempering, where you take some of the hot mixture here, and you take your 3 egg yolks, and you put them in the bowl, and then you slowly whisk in the milk mixture. So what you're doing is you're slowly bringing the egg yolks up to temperature. You're making them warmer without actually cooking them. Now my eggs are tempered, but they're not fully cooked yet. We wouldn't want to eat these. It wouldn't be totally safe. So I'm going to put this mixture back into my pot over medium heat, medium low actually. And I'm going to cook this until it starts to gently bubble and thicken. Okay, this looks great. It's steaming. I just saw a bubble come up to the surface, and I can see it's really thickened. So I want to take this off the heat now, because if I let it go too long, it'll turn into scrambled eggs and not a custard anymore. I've cleaned out this bowl here. I'm just gonna pour this in here to stop the cooking. And from here, we can pour it right into our crust, which is ready and waiting in the oven. So I've got this beautiful crust here. You can see it's kind of golden, but not brown. Looks really good, a little bit rustic, which is totally in keeping with sort of the aesthetic of the Lost Kitchen. And the flavor is gonna be amazing. So I'm gonna pour the filling in here and just fill it up. And I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator for about 5 hours or up to overnight. You really want this to set and get nice and firm. Okay, so the pie is set, and I'm gonna apply some whipped cream, because you want all the creamy things on this pie. So there we go, we're just gonna dollop it on, and I'm gonna use an offset spatula to spread it around. All right, looks good. So I've got some edibles here. These are roses, obviously, and this is a flower called stock. Take a couple buds. Here's another pretty one. Maybe take some petals. I think this is looking pretty good. So even if you can't make it up to the Lost Kitchen, you can have a little bit of her food in your own home. If you want this or any of our other recipes, you can visit weekendswithyankee.com.